Sound is what we use to communicate here on Earth. Sound is the primary way we communicate. Most of the information we share is through sound. We use sound all the time for things like sonar, reminding you of social media updates you don't care about, notifying yourself and others that someone is calling, and actually talking. You may be wondering, what is sound? Well, in this long video, I will tell you. Sound is the product of vibration. Don't believe sound is a vibration? Put your hand on your throat and say, something. Your throat just vibrated, therefore proving that sound is a vibration. Yes, sound works in all mediums. We are just talking about air here because you have a lot of experience with air. After all, you guys breathe it. Take for example, pulling the guitar string as an example of vibration. When the string is plucked, it creates vibrations. The vibrations change pressure in the air as it interacts with it. This change in pressure then flows out as sound waves. Sound as we hear it is basically a change in the pressure of air. The changes in air pressure could be thought of as waves. Sound waves. A sound wave is like any other wave. It still has the crest and valleys like any other wave. A crest is at the top of the wave while the valley is the bottom of the wave. The valley could be thought of as the space between waves. Waves are measured in frequency and wavelength. Frequency is how many times a crest appears in a second. Frequency is measured in hertz. Wavelength is the distance between two crests. Pitch is measured in frequency. If the wave has high frequency, it'll sound like this. However, if it has a lower frequency, it'll sound like this. So, frequency can determine how you hear things. There are also things that are too low or high for us to hear. Anything below 20 hertz or higher than 2000 hertz we cannot hear. Some animals, however, have a much wider audible range. Anyway, the sound we are talking about, it has to travel. Sound travels at about 340.3 meters per second. Sound is pretty slow. You can test it with the delay between lightning and thunder, or the Hollywood Bowl. Some seats are so far from the stage that you can see the musicians play the notes before the sound actually gets to you. That delay is noticeable. Obviously, the speed of sound is breakable. Let's watch America break it. It is cool because you're traveling faster than any sound coming to you, so you can outrun the yelling of your neighbors. Sound, however, diminishes over time as more and more sound is lost to the atmosphere as it spreads out to the extent that no one can hear it. Sound needs to travel through a medium. After all, sound is just disturbances in that medium. A medium is the substance that sound travels through. Air is a medium, so is water, so is a lot of things. Sound can be slowed or sped up based on the thickness of the medium. To travel fast, the medium has to interact with the sound waves, however, there cannot be too much resistance. In helium, it's faster because there's less resistance. However, sound is slower in carbon dioxide because there is more resistance. Therefore, it cannot travel very far. So sound is what we use to communicate in everyday life. And now you know a tad more about sound. Gold out.